Hey guys, welcome to the video. So today I wanted to discuss about what are the best builds in the new Overwatch Stadium mode. So the Overwatch Stadium mode is a mode that is specifically in third person that allows the player to select a build almost similar to an RPG game that has different ways that you can customize your character, different abilities, different usage of their abilities, and just overall different things that make small changes to the character or large changes depending on your playstyle. So within the time that Stadium has came out, these are the top 3 that I have been mostly using and the ones that I'd recommend overall. I will get in and dive into each power up in the Stadium mode, but right now I am just specifically talking about these 3. The first one on the list is Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath allows your Dragon Blade to swing a large piercing projectile that deals 50% of the normal damage. What that means is that when you're up close and personal, you can swing, that would do the same amount of damage. That doesn't change at all. But if the enemy is at a distance, then you can fire a large projectile that would go a distance, and it would do 50% of what the normal Dragon Blade would do. Now, personally, I really like this one. This one is something that I really have been using. It's something that I normally go for when I'm doing the power-ups, and it's just so enjoyable as a power-up overall. We have seen this before in the Overwatch trailers that came out in the past. We have seen GENJI's projectile thing that he shot out. There was a time period, even on TikTok, where everyone was like, this is an entire new ult. This is something that we've had seen and we have experimented with before. So it's just nice to finally be able to use it as a whole. Now the next one is Seeking Shurikens. After using an ability, for example Dash, your secondary fire will throw 2 extra shurikens that seek enemies but deal 50% less damage. So overall what that is, so let's say you were going up with a combo. If you were going to do the basic Genji combo, after your dash, if you were to somehow not be in the most correct position, you'd still be able to kill them with the shurikens. You would fire it out and they would kind of be like a heat-seeking missile that would go after them. Now, this is overall just great for combos, those high aggressive combos. It's one of those things that aren't related to Dragon Blade, and personally, I'm loving the Dragon Blade power-ups, and the fact that I'm loving this one so much is kind of a big thing, and it's just overall something that I'm really messing with right now. Now the third and final one is Swift Deflex. When Deflex stops incoming damage and reduces the cooldown, Swift Strike by 1%. Now, I'm loving this one a lot because honestly, just playing Genji, you always need to be able to use your Swift Strike. It's one of your main movement abilities, and it's just something that I've been working with. It's kind of just one of those powers that if you don't really know what else to add in, you kind of just do that one. It's a nice little perk to have. It's not one of the powers that I pick immediately. I haven't found immediate value with it, but if I am wrong, please correct me in the comments. Just to dive deeper into that, the reasons why I wouldn't pick it immediately is that when I go in for a dive, I'm usually going in to kill them. I will have my Swift Strike back by the time I finish that kill. There is not usually a lot of times where I go into the dive and I continue to press further without my Swift Strike. If it reaches a point where it's way too dangerous, I would back out or unfortunately will die. So it's just something that I wouldn't use, but it's a nice if you do mess up where you do have that escape where you can get out of there and, hopefully not die. Now, I did want to discuss all of the power-ups all together, or at least the main important ones that I do think are worth checking out in your competitive grind. Now, to start off, I wanted to talk about the IDO Strike, and forgive me if I said that incorrect, or the Shuriken Supplies. Now, the Strike power-up was one that I was using for a bit, but then I noticed myself always usually backing away when I'm using the effect, and I've just had not a lot of time to use it. Now, there is ways that you can implement it, and I will discuss those soon, but to get an overall basic of it, basically when your deflect ends, whether if you manually end it or it ends by itself, it will then cancel and you will swing your Dragon Blade once. Now, here is one of the ways that you can implement it. If you are in a fight, you can quickly deflect and cancel it to get a Dragon Blade swing, and it does the same damage as a normal swing of a Dragon Blade. So it would just be like killing them with your ult. It would show up in the kill feed that you killed them with your ult. So it's a nice way to get a little combat in, but you do lose your deflect. So it's just overall not something I recommend doing. But then again, if it works for your playstyle, it works for your playstyle. If it's a way to get a quick kill and no other enemies are around, then yes, I would 100% recommend that one. So now for the second perk that I was going to talk about. Now, I don't really recommend this one because it's only for your primary fire, which means the ones that shoot in a straight line, not the ones that shoot in the straight line across your screen, but rather straight in front of you. So I don't recommend this one because it's just overall, it just doesn't seem well for my playstyle. But like I said, if it works for your playstyle, then yes. But if you are aggressive, always going for the combos, like you're always using your left click, never using your right click, then no, I don't like it. But if you're at a distance, and you're usually at a distance a lot, and you need to get, like, let's say a Widow before you can press in, then yeah, that might be a good pick for you. But personally, if you're always doing the one-shot combo, always using left click, then no, I do not recommend. But to give the basic gist of it, yeah, it just shoots 2 extra ammo that don't consume any ammo. So it's a nice little perk to have, you know, maybe a late power-up if you don't really have anything else to pick. But overall, just not something I'm immediately going for. Now this one right here is great for our aggressive players, and honestly, I love working with it. It's not the one that I would pick immediately, but it is one that I usually pick as my second power-up. So the way this one works is 40% of all the damage that you deflect will be healed to you. So it's perfect to get out of any situation that you find yourself damaged in, and I just love working with it. It is one that I recommend. It's a great honorable mention, and I feel like overall it's pretty underrated as a whole. Now that's about it for the perks that I wanted to mention, the perks that I mainly use. For the rest of the perks are all pretty much basic just stuff. Like, I can put them up on the screen now so you can read them. So overall, the ones that I would recommend that I have not mentioned today: Steel Slices, Perfect Parry, Cyber Ninja, Altercation. All of those are good ones. Not ones that I normally go for.
Not my later, I meant like later.
But overall, Genji's powers are relatively pretty good. There's not any powers that he has that are necessarily bad or like something that I wouldn't recommend. All of them have a way to fit into the playstyle, and all of them have a way to just absolutely change up the entire game for you. Now, as for the rest of it goes, I will make a video talking about Mercy's playstyles and Mercy's power-ups. But for now, thank you for watching the video. And if you enjoyed, please subscribe and follow my other links down in the description below. And I hope you guys have a great day, and bye-bye.